What's up? What's up? My Mind Your Money business folks. It's me yet again with another video on today's stock market news. And as always, hopefully you're in the market and not trying to time the market because that is simply impossible to do. And as always, hopefully you're not straddling the fence and you are investing into assets like stocks that are appreciating over time and not just out there casually spending your money and then wondering where it all went before the end of the month, like most Americans, right? So, what happened today in the stock market? It says the Dow, S&P 500, Nasdaq, they rise today. Like the Phoenix, they rise. And earnings roll after Tesla disappoints. So what happened with Tesla? I guess the earnings wasn't that great that got reported on yesterday. So let's get into the news, shall we? It says U.S. stocks climbed on Thursday as the U.S. signaled a highly anticipated meeting with China next week. And investors parse through a fresh batch of quarterly results after Tesla and IBM earnings fell short. Now, even though Tesla's earnings fell short, normally after a report like that comes out, the stock goes down, but not Tesla. See, the market is just, it's not the market, it's those that are in control of the market. You know, it is what it is. Me as a retail investor, I don't control it, but normally after reading reports and news like this every day for like a year, if a company posts declining earnings, the stock goes down. But that didn't happen with Tesla. So let's get back to the news. So the Nasdaq gained 0.7% today. The S&P 500 added 0.4%, and the Dow added 1% to its average. Elsewhere, so Tesla shares paired earlier losses, falling 1% after the EV maker posted mixed third quarter results on Wednesday. But the report wasn't given until after the bell on Wednesday. The stock had fallen before the report had been given out. I guess someone or they knew something that I didn't know. Anyways, so Tesla kicked off the Magnificent Seven cycle. IBM stock dropped 3% as stronger than expected profits were offset by inline software revenue that nevertheless disappointed investors. After reporting quarterly results after the open, American Airlines stock jumped as the carrier fourth quarter earnings guidance topped expectations. Shares in T-Mobile dipped as the telecom company's customer base grew more than expected. So T-Mobile lost money because their customer base grew, meaning they're making more money. Okay. All right. Hey, I don't understand it, but hey, it's not for me to understand. So looking ahead, results from struggling chip maker Intel take center stage after the bell. And the market just closed a few minutes ago. So on the trade front, China said talks with U.S. officials are set for Friday, and President Trump said a long-anticipated meeting with Chinese President Xi is scheduled for next Thursday, after offering some reassurance to markets unsettled by rising tensions. Meanwhile, the Trump administration has been receiving pitches for the U.S. to take stakes in several computing companies, the Wall Street Journal reported. The latest move is to push to become a shareholder in critical sectors. Shares of IONQ, Rigetti Computing, and other targeted companies surged on the news. What is this company? I think I've heard of Rigetti. I wonder if these are quantum computing companies. Let's see. So Rigetti Computing currently is at $39.60 a share. It actually went up $3.53 today. Okay, so the company engages with the U.S. government for funding opportunities which could enhance its marketing position. Okay. What is the company about? I may have to do some research on that. On what is Rigetti? Is it a quantum computing company? Yes, quantum. Okay, and they're getting deals with the government. That's a sure way to make money. And IONQ stock is selling for $59.37 currently. It gained $3.92 today. Yeah, same thing. Quantum computing. You know, everything's being done faster and faster, people. So, anywho, let's see what some stocks did today. Some other stocks. Nvidia, it looks like Nvidia gained $1.88 today, closing out at $182.16. Palantir gained $4.99 today, closing out at $180.48. Broadcom gained $3.99 today, closing out at $344.29. FTEC gained $3.10 today, so that means the tech sector did very well today because it's an information technology ETF. Closed out at $227.09. Tesla, even though they posted losses from their earnings report on yesterday, they gained $10.01 today, closing out at $448.98. So let's see what SPLG did today, an S&P 500 ETF. It gained 45 cents today, closing out at $79. Okay. Yeah. That's it, people. That's it for the market today. Today is my Friday, even though it's Thursday. Back in the mainlands, it's Friday here where I am located. So I'm off to work at my federal government job that I'm still not being paid for. Today is payday. I received my pay stub and it said 0. So we're still not being paid. That's why it's important to budget, people. You have your emergency funds, so when things like this happen, you don't panic, you don't stress, you don't worry, because you have your plan in place specifically for things and situations like this, like the federal government shutdown. We're not being paid, but bills still have to be paid. I have to keep the lights on. I have to keep the water on. You have to pay utilities. I have to buy groceries. Like I actually have to have something done to my car today. So yeah, that's why it's important to budget, and it is even more important to get out of debt. You have to get out of debt, people. Get out of the trillions of dollars that a lot of you guys are in. You may not be in debt $1 trillion, but a lot of you are in debt the thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars with no end in sight of getting out of that situation. However, it can be done. You got yourself in that situation and you're gonna have to get yourself out of it. Don't expect for anyone to bail you out. The government, your parents, your friends, co-workers, you have to do it. So it may not be what you expected it to be. You didn't see it coming. You didn't know it was going to be like this, but it is. And it's only going to make you stronger. As we go through adversity, it makes us stronger when we make it through on the other side until the next challenge comes, because that's what life's all about. Life is all about challenges, and you learn a lot when you make it through those challenges. So get out of debt, people. The only way that you can get out of debt is by creating a budget. A budget is where you're going to start telling your money where to go. You take the money that you have coming in, total that amount up, and then you subtract the money that needs to go out to keep a roof over your head, to keep the lights, the water on, to keep gas in your car, or the electricity, to buy your food, your groceries, to take care of yourself. And then if you have money left over, that's what you can use to invest even more money. But you need to get out of debt. You need to create that budget, get yourself out of debt. And then once you get out of debt, you still maintain your budget and you start telling your money to start working for you instead of giving it away to where it's going off into the darkness and you never see it again because you're paying car payments back. You're paying personal loans back. You're paying student loans back. You're paying credit card debt back. But now, instead of it going into the negative, into these depreciating assets, like a car and stuff, credit cards, you can start investing it and start putting into places that are positive, that are appreciating over time, like stocks, like real estate, gold, Bitcoin, if you're investing in the Bitcoin. So that's the good thing about it, right? Stop throwing away your money. Stop trying to figure out where it all is going and create a budget. And so you can see, I guarantee if you create a budget, you will be able to free up some money. You start cooking more at home. You stop going out as much. You will stop doing a lot of things. You will cut some of these subscriptions that you have. So yeah, so I'm going to end this video here. So like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Let me know what you think. Think, people. You got to think your way out of this. It's our thoughts that our thoughts create our lives. Like before this shirt was made, someone had to think of it. Before that furniture in the back behind me was made, someone had to think of it. Before those books on these tables that I have was written, someone had to think of it first. Before those degrees back there that I have, I had to think about earning them first before I obtained them. And then once you think about certain things, then the next thing that comes is action. Then you put forth the action, and then voila. I have the shirt, you have the furniture, you have those books, you have the degrees, you have that television back there, you have the stool that I'm sitting on, the phone that I'm recording on, the lights that are shining on me, right? So everything begins with a thought. So what are you thinking? In the beginning was the Word. What are you thinking? Right? You don't have to necessarily speak, but what are you thinking? And I truly believe your thoughts are what's creating your life, your experience. Whatever it is that you're thinking, however you think about yourself, that's what you're experiencing in life. If people are wondering why you're catching hell, wondering why you can't get off of your feet, wondering why you keep getting in bad situation after bad situation, if other people on the outside are wondering, and even if you are wondering, what are you thinking about? Those thoughts cannot be good and positive. They cannot be thoughts of seeing you in a better place. They're not thoughts that seeing you in a more positive light and a smart person that is capable of doing anything. No, more than likely your thoughts are negative because you know, the world we live in is pretty negative. It feeds us a lot of negative information. And people start to emulate the negative things that they see on television. And it can make you feel a certain type of way. Anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent. Hopefully, some of that made sense. It made sense to me in my head. So hopefully it translated on this camera and it makes sense to you as well. So again, like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Let me know what you think if you think anything at all. Disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just someone on the internet talking, right? So any and all information on my channel is for entertainment purposes only, and it just reflects my opinion. So please consult with a financial advisor before you invest any of your hard-earned money. All right, so you guys take care. Have a blessed day. Peace.